Welcome to Believers IAS Academy, and in this today's topic of day, we will be discussing and understanding the new criminal law which was introduced by the government of India to ensure speedy justice, criminal protection. Welcome you all to Believers IAS Academy, and in this today's topic of the day discussion, we will be understanding about the new criminal law that has been introduced by the government of India to ensure speedy justice, victim protection, and overall to make the entire judicial process sound and efficient for the common man. So, in this video, we will also try and understand the different provisions of the new law and how it tries to connect itself with or draw inclinations with the digital infrastructure which the law has introduced in order to ensure all the agendas of the said bill, the law, right? So, first provision, okay, with respect to ensuring speedy justice, it has brought in a lot of changes, especially by creating a time frame for each and every procedures that a common man should go through. Of course, now anybody who has visited a police station for whatever reason might have faced all these problems, and now bringing this change will definitely ensure that it address to all the people's problems that they have faced till date. Now let's check individually as to what that is. First is the preliminary inquiry now has to happen compulsorily within 14 days. So now part of preliminary inquiry is nothing but taking the statements from the accused, trying to gather the evidence. So all of that which used to look like a cumbersome process where the local police used to probably take more than 2 to 3 months. So now the time limit is just 14 days. Further investigation within 90 days. Even further investigation, I mean including filing of the charge sheet, should happen within 90 days, and the supply of documents to the victim 14 days, commitment of case for trial 90 days, right? Now when you just look at all the points, anything and everything should be completed within 3 months. So now, how efficiently and effectively this gets implemented, that's a different question. But we're trying to understand what the new law is all about, and these are the cases. Of course, from the examination point of view, all these minute details may not be that important, but the issue as to why we have to bring in these particular changes is important. Okay. The most important reason why this law becomes profound for a country like India is because of these two changes that it brought. What is it? The very first thing is it tried to explicitly address the offenses with respect to women and children. And India as a country, people who read newspapers, I think time and again you see that these are the most worst hit sections of the Indian society with respect to exploitation or with respect to any crime. These are the most worst hit, correct? And for all the social values that we claim India is better compared to other nations, this is a very ironic situation where crime rate is mostly happening and the victims are women and children. So this law tries to address that, right? So one of the major changes that the law has brought in is to ensure, and must is the word, not just ensure, the offenses against women and children must be investigated and completed within 2 months of recording the information. So this is one of the most profound change the law has brought in. And with that, another important thing is the limit on the adjournments on the courts. Because earlier, courts, if they do not find sufficient evidence, and since there are more other cases to be looked at, courts used to adjourn the particular session, the court session, and now the law tries to minimize it, and it only allows maximum of 2 adjournments for the cases to avoid unnecessary delays. So these are the two major changes that the law has tried to bring. Now the question is, of course, there is a law. What about the implementation? Because at the end of the day, how well this gets implemented is the ultimate deal breaker, correct? So for that, the government has integrated the digital infrastructure to ensure what? Transparency and efficiency. Because whenever we talk about digital infrastructure or any government scheme which is digitally let's say enabled, we always have to think one thing, that it is talking about transparency, and above all, most importantly, efficiency. This is the two important things that is the near outcome of integrating with the digital. So it is very important from the examination point of view as well to study about the digital infrastructure, digital governance, all of that, right? So now from this law point of view, from this topics point of view, we have to understand the new digital tools that this law has introduced to ensure what? The agenda of the law, which is to give speedy judgments or speedy trials, and to ensure uh, speedy completion of the trials and everything related to that, plus to give the efficiency and transparency. So what are the three important platforms? One is the e-Saksha, second one is the e-Saman, third is the Nyaya Shruti. So e-Saksha, this is the platform where the digital evidences are stored to ensure it is tamper proof, so that they collect and they preserve the data here. For example, all the CCTV footages, one of the instance, I'm giving you an example. So all of that gets preserved and collected here, and later another such initiative, the new digital tool is the e-Summon, where the summons can be electronically delivered to make the entire process faster. So earlier a person used to carry the summon from the court, right? He used to go to the person's house, give it to them physically, right? So now here e-summon is a platform or a tool where electronic summons, e-summons, can be delivered to the person, the accused or the victim, to be called to the court, and this can happen very soon, faster, and also it is highly efficient. Why? Because it is even trackable. Another important introduction is the Nyaya Shruti, which is also the video conferencing feature, where it enables virtual court appearances for the accused persons, witnesses, and also police officials, including prosecutors and experts. Correct? So these are the few changes that it brought, but with respect to rape cases in specific, there are few changes that the law has also brought in. Now we'll also have to look at this, because the number of rape cases are increasing every day in and out, and it is very important to ensure that the justice is being catered to this particular section of the victims. So accordingly, there have been 4 changes that has been brought by the new law. One is that now the victim statements, his or her record, the statement gets recorded through audio video. And earlier it used to happen in a written format. A written statement was taken from the victim, and chances were that it could have gotten tampered later on. There was problem of you know let's say even the statement could have been tampered, it could have been lost, or anything for that matter. So now they have introduced audio video statements, where the victim records the statement, audio and video, so that even whatever the victim has to say, it directly they can communicate openly. Because imagine those victims who do not know how to read or write, correct? So they might say something, maybe the investigation officer who is on the side of the accused, correct, can write it something else, right? So this was a great initiative, great let's say introduction, or sort of a transparency that they brought by introducing this. Next most important thing is having the necessity or a magistrate, woman magistrate to take the statements of the accused, sorry, the victim, right? For certain offenses against women, now there must be a woman magistrate, and even in the absence of a woman magistrate, even if a male magistrate is taking or recording the statement, it is now compulsory that a presence of woman is ensured. Correct? Now, third one, timely medical reports. Timely medical reports. So this is for the medical practitioners to give the reports within 7 days, so that ultimately the process, the judicial processes, even to start the investigation, because evidence very important. Evidence and the report plays a major role in tracking the evidences, or even to get the required information about the case. So now there is a deadline, 7 days. Later, free medical care. This is a tight slap for all the private and hospitals. And I'll tell you why the tight slap is, because now under this law, all hospitals, including private and the government, must provide free first aid or medical treatment to victims of crimes against women and children. Okay, so now no hospitals can say that no, you go stand in a queue, get a challan, right, pay the fees, and then we're going to check. No, all that has gone. Now under this new law, it is a must and should thing for all the hospitals to allow for free and free medical aid or the first aid, and even the treatment of those victims of crimes against women and children. Now any crime or any mistake that doesn't get punished means nothing, right? So punishments play a major role in helping to reduce the happening of these crimes in the society. So likewise, right now, the punishment for a, an accused of rape of minor woman is a death sentence, and gang rape of a minor, now the punishment is life imprisonment or even death. But of course, this is my own personal opinion that no matter how much delay happens in the other cases, be it civil cases or even to some extent some criminal cases, because there will be delay, because of the social structure that India has, and the kind of constitution we have, and even the kind of rights that we have ensured to all the people, all the sections of the society, right? The dependency will definitely be there. I mean, sorry, the delay will definitely be there. The delay in cases, the pendency in cases will definitely be there. But it is very important, at least these cases does not see any delay, correct? And in fact, punishments of this sort is okay, but still not that okay. Of course, it is my own opinion. Anyway, this is what the exams, the law about from the exam point of view. And maybe if you have your own views, you can just let me know in the comment section. And yeah, that's all for today. So for more such informative content, please do subscribe to Believers IAS Academy. And signing off, this is Madan Gopal. Thank you.